I'll be teaching you guys how to create a custom game, or not really how to create a custom game, but more like the specific settings and certain settings that people might not be aware of. So to create a custom game, it's been moved since the last Summer Games update from the arcade, which used to be on the right side of this arcade here, to the game browser, so it's now on the top right here. So when I open it up, you'll see a 6v6 with 2 spectators and a normal quick play rotation. So we're going to first start off in the lobby. Here you see in the top right, it was set on Elios. If I right click on it, it'll show the quick play icon, a 6v6, which is the standard quick play size, the name of the game, what type of modes there are, and info about it, such as when it was created, the amount of players in it, who is the creator, and also a save settings function. The save settings function allows you to save a custom game settings, for example, a community server that you join, their settings as your own, and it'll be saved in a presets in your custom game section so that you can use it to create your own custom game. Now we go back to the lobby, and you can see that I can set the name of my game right here. So I can set it from Shat's game to custom game, for example, or how to make a custom game tutorial, for example, like that. And I can also change it to whatever I want. So for now, I'm going to set it to custom game, and I can change who can join. For example, say it's a public, everyone, which means that anyone can join. I can also set it to friends only, which means that only friends on my friends list can join that are playing Overwatch right now. Or I can make it invite only, meaning only people I personally invite to my custom game can join, and no one else can join it. Moving on to here, let's say I don't want to be on the blue team, but I want to be on the red team. What I'm going to do is right click over my name and swap myself to the red team, like that. It's literally just a right click, left click. It's really easy and straightforward. I can swap myself to spectators, back to red team, back to blue team. I can also edit the name of my team. Blue, set it to blue. This team, I can also set it to like blue 2 or like red, for example. I'm just gonna leave it like that. You can also move players using this function by left clicking over their name and left clicking to the place you want them to move to, like that and that. But personally, I find this way very, I don't know, it's more complicated. Personally, I just prefer right clicking over the name and just swapping over to the red team. But everyone has their own preferences. I can also invite people using this, where anyone who's online, I can add multiple people. You can ask them to join your custom game. You can add them via the battle.net tag by your friends list. Set it so that they're added to specific teams, such as Team 1, Team 2, or Spectator. Another way is by left-clicking over an empty slot, and this will also pop up. Or if you go to your friends list, you can right-click over someone's name and invite them to your custom game. Now, moving on to the settings over here. You can see that there are 5 different tabs: presets, lobby, modes, maps, and heroes. So first I'm going to cover the presets, where like I said earlier about the save settings, saving someone else's custom game settings, they'll appear here. So you can see I have a hide and seek setting up like that here, or I can do it to my own hide and seek version, or I can do it to my own 1v1 version. You can set all sorts of presets. As you can see, there's 1v1 limited, duel, mystery, 3v3 limbs, 3v3 lockout of limbs, 6v6 lockout of limbs, the normal quick play rotation, and CTF, as well as competitive. As you can see, the limited Lucio Brawl, as well as 3 other brawls that are in the rotation right now. Now moving on to lobby, the map rotation. You can set it so that it switches maps after a game, when you pause the game, or after a mirror match, where both teams play a round of attack and defense. Return to lobby is when it goes back to this screen. You can set it so that it returns it after a mirror match, after a game, or never return to lobby, and only when the creator manually returns everyone to the lobby. For team balancing, you can set it so that teams get switched up after a mirror match, after a game, or not at all, and you keep the same teams, or the creator manually switches them after the game if they so choose. Here you can also set the max players. So for example, let's say I only want team 1 to have 2 players, and team 2 to have 3 players. When we go back to this lobby, it'll look like this. And when we look at the settings, it'll look like a 2v3 and a custom game. The custom game symbol. Max spectators, you can set that to 12, by the way. If I set it to 12, it'll look like this. Now I'm going to go into modes, where you can see all sorts of settings. The ones that are enabled are filled in, whereas the ones that are disabled look like this. And these are general modes where you can set when the game mode starts, whether enemy health bars can be visible or not, whether health packs spawn or not, how fast they spawn, kill cam, kill feed, even whether skins get turned on or off. You can select heroes. You can even set the 222 meta, which Blizzard definitely knows about in this setting right here. You can set all sorts of things, whether you instantly respawn or you take forever to respawn. All that can be set in the mode section. We go to Assault, and you can see whether the first setting is to turn it on or off. The capture speed modifier, basically how fast the points are capped, and whether competitive rules are turned on or off. The same is said for Hybrid, except there's also a payload speed modifier, which is, how fast the payload moves. The control has capture rate scalar, basically the more people that stand on it, how fast it caps, and basically the proportion in that, and how fast the points capped here. And the score to win, which is 2 in quick play and 3 in competitive. The competitive rules, I'm not really sure how it changes, simply because you can just set to 3, and that's basically the competitive way control works. You can also set it so that only certain points are used, such as point A, point B, and point C on certain maps. Let's say I only want point C on Lijiang, I'd only set it so that third, meaning that we only play on point C for the entirety of the map. Same escort, basically payload speed modifier, CTF. Most of these are straightforward. These are in seconds. This is in minutes, of course, but everything else is in seconds. Elimination, you can set how long you have to select a hero, whether it's turned on or off, what's the score to win, for example, 1st to 5, like it is that Blizzard sets. Restricting previously used heroes, for example, in Mystery, or no, it was in 66 Lockout. In Lockout, elimination is if you win with the hero, you can't use that hero anymore. In hero selection, there is the any, limited, random, or random mirrored. Hero selection random mirrored is basically 1v1 mystery. There's nothing else to it. Random is basically just chooses one random hero for each team. And any and limited. Limited is the 3v3 limited lockout elimination, I think. I'm not sure. And this is just any. You can also select, if it's a limited mode, whether you can only select 1 hero, 2 heroes, 3 heroes, which is the normal Blizzard setting, or 4 heroes. You can select whether the tiebreaker, the capture point, is turned on or off, and these are in seconds, so how long the match can last, so I can turn them all to the max amount of time. You can also turn on or off whether wall hacks are enabled or disabled after a certain amount of time. So that's basically covers the modes part of it. Moving on to maps. Here you can see the 15 maps that are in the competitive rotation of Overwatch as of August 2017. As you can see, there's Assault, Hybrid, Control, and Escort. Let's say I only want to play on Dorado. I turn off all the maps, go down to Dorado, which is an Escort right here, and turn it on. And boom, the map is now Dorado. I can also, if I turn to Elimination, for example, let's set it to Elimination or Mystery Duel. Map rotations are now set to the normal, the smaller maps, normal 3v3, 1v1, Elimination map pool. And let's say I only want to play on Nepal Sanctum, so I turn them all off, go to Nepal Sanctum right here, and turn it on. And boom, the map is Nepal Sanctum. Other than that, it's very straightforward. You can turn all the maps on or none of the maps on and select individual maps to turn on or off. Now moving on to heroes, you can set general. These are the general settings where you can, for example, you see those games where it's 500% of everything. They literally just go to this and just turn all of these up to max. And all these values up to the highest it can go. And that's basically how it works. Projectile speed. You can even set it whether certain heroes can only receive headshots. Meaning that if it hits their body, it basically acts like a no-reg. You can also set hero roster, where you can set whether certain heroes can be used or not. For example, let's say I want to set up on a paintball. For example, that mode only involves Ana, meaning all the other heroes must be turned off. So I'd select none of the heroes and then turn Ana on. And now you can see that all the other heroes have been are are unfilled, and this Ana is filled in. And I can also set on a certain settings, whether Bio Grenade, whether to toggle her abilities on or off, how fast the cooldown is, and a bunch of other things that are supposedly in general, but can also be fixed for certain characters. I can set like movement gravity, low. I can set to low grav. I can even set it so that she doesn't even need to reload. Like here, this last setting, or I can set it so that she can have like a 50 bullets in her magazine. I can also make it so that she can't scope in. I can also make it so that it's not an automatic fire. Basically means that no automatic fire means that you can't hold down L and B. You have to press it every single time for it to shoot. Primary fire is whether L and B is enabled or not. And just like this, some are hero specific. For example, in Lucio, they have a sound wave knockback, or like how far the opponent gets knocked back when Lucio hits them with a sound wave. Or for example, if you go to Diva, boosters knockback scalar, callback knockback scalar, self-destruct knockback scalar, a bunch of defense matrix maximum time and recharge rates and stuff like that. You can also enable whether quick melee is allowed or not. Other fun stuff. Basically, if blue can't use fire, you just turn it off right here. And then you'll have this little yellow, whitish hexagon here to tell you it's team specific. And now it'll show it here, and it'll look like this. And then team red can't use Ana. I go back here, hero roster, team 2, go to Ana and turn it off. So now you see team 2 disabled Ana. So let's say I'm on team 2. Team 2 means I should not be able to use Ana. So if I go in to this game and select, see Ana is disabled. So let's say I select Tracer. So you can see this is a normal custom game. It's still set on waiting for players. So you can see all the other slots are not filled in. So what I can do to manually start the game is press escape. Show lobby. And this basically shows the lobby. You can only change the settings if you're the creator, of course. I said to restart the match, send everyone back to lobby, or manually start the game mode. If I manually start the game mode, the regular quick play rotation will come back on. So I'll select Tracer, and everything else will look like regular old quick play. So I'm going to send everyone back to lobby. By everyone, I mean basically only me. And it'll say custom game sent back to lobby by a moderator. So now it's back to normal. That pretty much sums it up for this tutorial. I hope it helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And thank you for watching.